Hey everyone, welcome to the Breakthrough Entrepreneurs Show, where we empower entrepreneurs to build good habits, break old habits, overcome burnout. Hey everyone, welcome to the Breakthrough Entrepreneurs Show, where we empower entrepreneurs to build good habits, break old habits, rebuild powerful routines, overcome burnout, improve performance, and create a more healthier and more focused daily entrepreneurial life while making consistent progress in building their business. I'm your host, Muhammad Faraj, and today our topic is break the negative loop. You see, this is one of the biggest problems that I had in my own entrepreneurial journey and in my life. And this is one of the biggest challenges that I faced in my own life. And I believe that so many entrepreneurs they go through the same experience. They struggle. They go through the tough days that makes them feel stuck, stagnation. They feel hopeless and they feel like life is against them. You see, I've struggled with this so many times, and every experience taught me something new. You see, every time we go through a problem or issue or any challenge, we try to learn something. After the problem goes away, after it's gone, after you get back to feel good, you kind of ask yourself and try to analyze what did happen, and why did that happen, and what did I learn from this experience, so I will avoid this experience from happening again, so I will avoid facing the same challenge in the future again. Because if you don't do that, odds are you will have the same problems, you will go through the same challenges, you will make the same mistakes, and you will fail again. And every problem, every experience takes so much time, so much energy. So it's super important to learn about our negative loop that is caused by that particular problem or that particular issue. Because so many of us as entrepreneurs, when we are building our business, when we are working in our entrepreneurship journey, you will face problems, you will face challenges, you will go through negative loops. Some days you will be triggered by your thoughts, by your emotions, and unfortunately, you will lose so much time, you will lose so much progress, you will feel like you're stuck, you feel stagnation, you feel like life is not getting better, you feel like nothing is moving, you're not seeing the results that you want to see, you're not moving forward. So it's super important to learn about this negative loop and try to avoid this negative loop and try to generate energy. Work on recharging yourself with so much energy, vitality. Because I promise you, if you go through this experience and end up in this negative loop, and if you find yourself you're stuck with your thoughts, with your negative emotions, and you feel like you can't move forward, you can't make progress, you can't work, you're unable to complete your projects, your tasks that you are trying to complete, it's super important to become aware of this loop and to work on breaking this loop and then recharge yourself with so much energy so you can feel good, so you can get back on track, so you can continue your path. So stay tuned with me so I can talk about this negative break, this negative loop, and I will share some tips with you that will help you go through this negative loop and avoid these challenges. So I remember I've experienced this negative loop many times in my own life. You see, I would work for a while, I would live my life normally, feeling happy, excited, enthusiastic. Nothing is wrong with my life. I'm not feeling stuck. I'm making progress. everything is going well, I'm enjoying my relationships, I'm enjoying my entrepreneurial daily life, I'm enjoying working, I'm enjoying completing, accomplishing, reaching milestones. So it felt like nothing was wrong with my life. I was feeling so happy, so grateful for the people that I have, for the progress that I made, for the things that are working, feeling grateful for being happy, feeling grateful for being healthy, feeling grateful for feeling fulfilled. I mean, I would constantly remind myself about my goals, about my dreams, about my future, what I'm working toward. So, and a while passes by, few months passes by, and suddenly something shows up. It's always a challenge, it's always some problem that shows up in your entrepreneurial life. And this can be a relationship that is not working or broken, or you have a good relationship, but then it feels like your relationship is not improving, is not getting better. So you will face relationship issues. Or if it's love, you become in love with someone, maybe that individual, that person is young, much younger than you, or maybe older than you, or they have already a relationship. So sometimes it's a business problem, or it's an entrepreneurship journey challenge. Like you face a challenge where your business isn't working, you're not getting clients, you're not attracting people, you're not able to build your audience, you're not getting any results. You're working, you're making progress, but it feels like you don't end up somewhere else. Somewhere. You're not getting anywhere. Feels like you're stuck. Or maybe it's another issue, like if it's a healthy problem, or if you're struggling with a healthy issue that is making you feel like you're stuck and you feel unhealthy, and this leads to a break, and this leads to a negative loop. Oh! So it's always a challenge for us that something shows up in our daily entrepreneurial life, and then we get triggered, and then we start that negative loop. So it's always something happens, and then it leads to negative thoughts, generating so many negative emotions, and you're feeling sad, you're feeling kind of miserable, you're feeling stuck with your thoughts, with your emotions. You find yourself that you're drained, you're tired, you're sad emotionally, and you're not enjoying your life, you're not enjoying working, your progress slows down, and you don't feel like you want to do the work, you don't feel like you want to stay alone or finish projects that you need to be working on. So you fall into this trap where you are stuck emotionally, you're stuck with your negative thoughts, with this loop. And it feels like every day you wake up in the morning, the first thing that shows up in your day is those negative thoughts, negative emotions. You're feeling sad about some girl or some guy that you love, that you're interested in, or you're feeling sad for losing clients, or you're feeling sad for not making progress in your business, or for failing with your business, or you're feeling bored or sad emotionally about some family member, or about a relationship that is not working. You want it to work, you want to get better, you want to improve your relationship, but it seems like the other individual is not responding, is not cooperating, is not helping you. Or you lose someone in your family. So it's always something shows up in your daily entrepreneurial life, and you end up in this negative loop where you are controlled by so many negative thoughts, emotions that are dragging you down, that are slowing down your progress, that are keeping you stuck, that are preventing you from moving forward, from making progress, from writing that article, from completing that task, from coaching or helping that client. So it's super important that we become conscious or aware or recognize that negative loop, because that negative loop has been running in our life so many times. So it's super important that every time this negative loop shows up in my daily entrepreneurial life, I better get ready. I better be prepared for that negative loop. I don't want that negative loop to keep me stuck, to make me feel sad emotionally, to make me feel miserable, or feel like nothing is working in my life, or nothing is nice or good in my life. It's super important that I do not let that negative loop control me. No, instead, I get to control the negative loop, because life is too short to feel sad. Life is too short to just connect our feelings, our emotions, our thoughts with that individual. And we're looping through the same negative thoughts, emotions every day. We're feeling sad. We feel like we don't have a happy life. We feel like we don't have a successful life because of that individual, because of that person. Because it feels like you're not getting anywhere. You're not getting better. You're not improving. You're not feeling happy. Every time you think about that individual, every time you think about that client, and every time you think about what you're missing, what you're lacking, what is wrong with your life, every time you think about that member in your family or your relationship. So you're constantly putting yourself in a big trap, where that trap is making you feel miserable, sad, depressed, and it's eating you inside. It's draining all your energy. It's wasting so much of your time, where you could save, restore these resources, and use them for your future. So I think as entrepreneurs, we all have goals, we all have dreams, we all have a vision for our life, we have a mission toward that vision. So we are working towards something big. We want to do something big in our life. We want to do something great in our life. So it's super important that we become aware and recognize that negative loop, and we try to solve that loop. We try to find the solution for that loop. So one of the things that helps me a lot whenever that negative loop shows up in my daily entrepreneurial life, whenever those negative thoughts shows up, those negative emotions that keep me stuck, that prevent me from being laser focused, from being present, from working toward my future, my vision. So what I usually do is I try to break this pattern. I try to break this pattern and stop it, because I know it's not helping me, because I know this negative loop is keeping me stuck, because I know this negative loop is not leading me to a better, happy, healthy, successful life. So what I usually do is I'm gonna shift. I'm gonna shift and shift all my thoughts. I'm gonna shift my emotions. I'm gonna break this loop by shifting my thinking pattern. So instead of I'm working, and on the other hand, I'm thinking about that person that I love, that I care about. I'm thinking about that client that I lost. I'm thinking about that contract that I want to sign. I think about that lost in my family or in my business. So whenever I think about that problem, I try to shift. I try to shift my focus. Focus on my future. Focus on the people that I love, that I care about, that I have in my life. So I break this pattern, I break this loop by shifting my thoughts, by guiding my thoughts on another direction. So I'm shifting my thoughts, my emotions from that direction that is leading me to a negative loop to a new direction that is leading me to my future, to a better life, to a happy life. So while I'm working, whenever I have that negative loop is running in my body, in my subconscious mind, in my body, in my heart, I try to shift my focus. I focus on my health, how healthy I am. I focus on my home, the nice home that I have, even though if it's not a fancy luxury home, but it's a nice home that I enjoy living. So I try to focus and shift my focus on the people that I love, that I care about in my life, the people that they love me, they care about me, they share the same ideas, they share the same love, same care, same belief, same trust. So I think about the people that I love them from all my heart, that I care about them, that I want to see them so often, that I want to meet up with them, that I enjoy a lot talking to them, laughing with them, joking with them, helping them, supporting them, because they do the same to me as well. So I shift my focus to my vision, the vision that I have created for my future. I'm not sure how it's going to happen. I'm not sure if it's going to happen or not, but I have that vision. I am chasing that vision. I am going there. It doesn't matter how hard it is. It doesn't matter if it's contained with challenges, with obstacles, with problems. I am going there. I have choose a direction. I have a route. I have a path. I have a track that I'm following. I am going there. No matter what happens, I am going there. So I think about my vision of my future. I'm thinking about something big that I can do in my life, something big that can change lives of others, that can improve other people's lives, that can transform other people's life. I'm shifting my focus to my goals, to my dreams, that I show up every day for them, that I'm working toward them. I shift my focus to how grateful I am for the beautiful environment that I am surrounded with, for the beautiful sun, for the beautiful nature that I'm living in, for the home that I own, for the clothes, for the food, for the drink that I get every day, for the work that I do, for that dream. I think about the people that I love, that I care about, that I want to serve. I want to make them happy. I want to make them feel healthy. I want to make them feel better. I want to solve their problems, their issues. I want to improve their life. I want to make their life get better. I want to help them. I want to stand for them because they mean a lot to me, because I care about them. So this is how I do it, because whenever I do this, whenever I shift my focus on my vision, on my goals, on my dreams, on the people that I love, that I care about, whenever I shift my focus to the people that I want to help, that I want to serve, that I want to do big things for them, that I want to make them happy, feel healthy, successful, what starts to happen is that instead of I'm stuck and feeling stagnation in that negative loop that is just bringing me so many unhealthy negative thoughts, emotions, self-doubts, reminding me about how stuck I am, reminding me about what is not working, what is missing, what is lacking in my life, what is wrong with my life, what is not going to work. Instead of letting that negative loop reminding me that I am going to fail, or this business is not going to work, or I'm a loser, all that. No. Whenever I shift my focus on the things that I mentioned, what starts to happen is that I start to feel better. I start to breathe better. I start to think better. I start to shift my focus from negative loop to a positive loop. And when I do this practice, so my body starts to generate so much energy. So I'm basically recharging myself with so much energy, with so much vitality. And when I feel the energy in my body, I'm feeling happy, I'm feeling excited, I'm feeling motivated, I'm feeling driven. I don't want to waste 1 minute about any negative thought. I don't want to waste any minute about a negative emotion, about any failure. So I want to restore my energy. I want to use my energy for my future, for the sake of my future. So this is how I usually shift my focus. And when I generate that energy in my body, I'm feeling much better. I'm feeling so excited. I'm working clearly. My mind is more clear. And I'm feeling so enthusiastic. I'm feeling hopeful instead of hopeless. I feel so much better in my body, in my mental health. So I start to be productive. I start to be laser focused. I get things more done. I get more work done. I accomplish more. I move faster more. So it's that negative loop that is always showing up in our daily entrepreneurial life that is preventing us from living a happy life, from a healthy life, from a successful life. And one of the reasons why we're unable to accomplish our goals, to reach our milestones, is because we're constantly letting that negative loop control us, control our life, control how we think, control how we feel, control our performance, control our work, control our mindset. So that negative loop is weakening us, is dragging us down. It's making us feel low, depressed, miserable, bored, sad. It's not letting us move forward. So if you want to move forward, try to shift your focus from that negative loop to a positive loop. And when you get that positive loop, in 1 hour, in 2 hours, you find yourself, you're happier, you're walking faster, you're working faster. You have this energy in your body, in your life. I want to be happy. I want to be peaceful. I want to continue being productive. I want to continue being laser focused. I want to get things done. I want to work. So I find that this practice is helping me a lot go through these problems, these challenges. And if you adopt this practice in your daily entrepreneurial life, I promise you, you would notice that problems are not keeping you stuck. And anything that you feel sad emotionally, it's not showing up in your daily entrepreneurial life because you're constantly practicing shifting your focus from what is lacking, from what is missing, from what is wrong, from being sad emotionally, from feeling stuck, feeling miserable, to someone who's feeling excited, to someone who's feeling motivated, to someone who's feeling enthusiastic, to someone who's feeling hopeful, to someone who's feeling driven about their future. So, my best advice for you to adopt this practice in your daily entrepreneurial life, and do not let any negative thought loop stop you or prevent you from moving forward or from making progress. Instead, adopt this practice this daily, every time something shows up in your daily entrepreneurial life. And I promise you, you find yourself, you're making progress, you're moving forward, you're getting things done, you're feeling very happy, healthy, and successful in your daily entrepreneurial life. That's it. That's what I got for you in this episode. I hope you learned something new from this episode, because this is a very important topic, because I believe that so many entrepreneurs, they go through the same experience. They struggle with this negative loop that is keeping them stuck, that is preventing them from moving forward. So Please don't forget to follow me on iTunes or Spotify, where you will get a new episode every week. And I'm sharing with you so many tips, insights, strategies, personal experiences, failures, mistakes that I have done in my own daily entrepreneurial life that will help you overcome all of these challenges. Thank you so much for watching or listening, and I wish you a wonderful day. Bye, everyone.